Hey there, Shackers. I thought I'd take a look at a stock that I've been covering here at Shacknews for several years. I'm Asif A, I'm CEO, Editor-in-Chief, Chief Puppy Wrangler, writer of the evening reading and first post at the Shacknews, whatever else they need me to do. And I own 77.5% of the common stock at Shacknews, not at Nintendo. I am a Nintendo shareholder. And I've been looking at the stock. It's been going down. Why is Nintendo going down, Asif? Why is Nintendo going down, Asif? Look at this. What's going on here? Why is it going down, Asif? Why is it going down? Well, there's plenty of reasons fundamentally, and we'll find out next week when Nintendo reports earnings. So I try not to predict the future here. I try to look at what's actually going on, what has happened in the past, and what can we learn from it. So in July, Nintendo basically was flat. It opened at 46.19. It closed at, opened at 46.45, closed at 46.19. Not a whole lot of movement after E3. It then traded inside of that range. It traded with a high of 48.68 in July, and it only hit a high of 48.43 in August. Low in July was 44.87, and the low in August was 45.12. So as you can see, we're attempting to find an equilibrium between these two bars. We last saw this down here when Nintendo traded inside of a potential reversal. And then here we have the inside bar. The next month, the month that Switch Lite released, up against the frickin' iPhone 11 Pro, remind you, it did hit a new high of 49.90 before closing back within this range. So this is what you call a potential. These three bars in succession is a potential reversal to the downside. Now what has to happen is a break below the low of this third candle, which is 46.20. And Nintendo is currently at 42.06. So clearly it broke that 46.20. We can look at like the weekly chart for exactly when it happened. The first week of October, it held 46.20 and then immediately broke below it the next week, closing back within the range, and then completely breaking down the next week. And you can see how it hung in here and then gave it up really the week of the 11th of October. And the stock was down 4.2% that week. It's down another 5% this week. So if you look at the month, Nintendo is down 9.44%, rapidly approaching 10%. Now, do I think there's any real reason fundamentally for this to be happening? I don't know. I do think that the Switch Lite probably didn't sell great at launch relative to what some analysts were expecting, but I really do think that this product is probably a longer term thing, like Christmas and beyond. I can't imagine how many SKUs for the Switch Lite they're going to release. So as a long-term investor, I'm not spooked by this 3-4 month period. If you go back on the long ago, Nintendo had many months of terrible performance before the Switch was announced, and then you began this bull market. So there's my technical reasoning for why we're seeing this sell-off. And the good news is that this is a monthly sell signal. So the validity of this sell signal is diminishing by the day. Oddly enough, Nintendo reports earnings on the 31st, which is the last day of this month. So maybe we'll see a move next month that will either confirm or deny this trend, or whatever is happening here. The sell-off, I should say, because it could continue, and it would be a break below the low of October. Would be your continued technical reason to sell this stock. Like I said, I own this stock for the long haul. I'm a fundamental investor, but I want to pay attention to technical trends, especially when I see a stock that I like doing something that I don't like. Or, if I see an opportunity, because the inverse of this was something that I called out also in this feature, where Nintendo did have a reversal strat in 2017, the quarter that the Switch launched. And you can see it traded inside. It was the oddly enough, the September quarter, and then inside, down below, back into that range, and then a breakout above that really kicked off the bull market for the Nintendo Switch at Nintendo. So I think there's the bullish side of how this signal can work, and this is the bearish side of how this signal can work. You also had a delayed reversal with an inside bar here that led to this huge run that we had earlier this year. So it's something that I like to pay attention to. It's basically based on equilibrium breaks, and then if there's a reversal that occurs, those are usually pivotal points. Short-term vectors are occurring all the time here. I could draw triangles all over this chart if I'd really like to, but I like to keep it to longer-term trends. But what's interesting about how the broadening formation, which is what this is called, works, is that you usually see stocks get drawn to one or the other. So clearly there's a lot of room for Nintendo to go in either direction if you believe that this is an uptrend that started with Nintendo Switch, or that this is a downtrend that started in 2018, or even a little bit earlier. And I did write about how I thought the Nintendo Switch trade was over. Another example, the launch trade was over. I think I wrote about it a little bit earlier than this, and it did. I'd have to go look it up when I wrote that. It was July 2017. Here we go. So in July 2017, I think I was like, you know what? Take some profit here. And that was... Here we go. Just an outside bar and down. But yeah, it's important to pay attention to these trends. Like I said, that was the trade that I was talking about. There was a nice trade to be had from early 2017 to July of 2017. There was also a really nice investment if you held it all the way to 58 from 25. It's down from 58 to 42 right now. It just really depends what your time horizon is on this company from an investment standpoint. But like I said, we're looking at technicals here, and the main reason that Nintendo stock is down in the month of October 2019, in my opinion, and this could just be the technicals reflecting what's going on behind the scenes with institutional investors and everything. But I can tell you that the volume is not that high relative to these other months right before we saw the stock going up. So if you think that volume holds any kind of truth in this, then it's been lower volume than these early 2019 moves that we saw. So there you have it. You got a reversal strat to the downside. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section of this video, or leave them in the comments section of the article that I post this to. I'm Asif A. I'm CEO, Editor-in-Chief over there at Shacknews. I got my puppy here, Lola, helping me with her color commentary. She did great today. If you like content like this, please consider subscribing to Shacknews Mercury. It's a subscription service on our website that removes the ads, and it starts at as little as $1 per month. So you can help us become the next billion-dollar unicorn. In the meantime, keep your eyes on Nintendo. I think next week you have earnings coming up, and oddly enough, it's at the end of this signal. So we'll have the current low of the month is 42.06. So below that, you can probably continue to short this intraday. I wouldn't, but there is an actual sell signal, and that's why the stock's going down, in my opinion, outside of the forces of nature that I don't have any control over. So there you have it. There's your technical take. Hope you all have a great day trading.